Josef Fritzl was born on the 9th of April 1935, in Amstetten, Austria. In 1956, at age 21, he married 17-year-old Rosemary, with whom he had 3 sons and 4 daughters, including Elizabeth, who was born on the 6th of April 1966. Fritzl reportedly began abusing Elizabeth in 1977 when she was 11. Elizabeth started a course to become a waitress. In January 1983, she ran away from home and went into hiding in Vienna with a friend from work. She was found by police within 3 weeks and returned to her parents. On the 28th of August 1984, after Elizabeth turned 18, Fritzl lured her into the basement of the family home by saying that he needed help carrying a door. After Elizabeth held the door in place while Fritzl fitted it into the frame, he held an ether-soaked towel on his daughter's face until she was unconscious, then threw her into the chamber. After Elizabeth's disappearance, Rosemary filed a missing persons report. Almost a month later, Fritzl handed over a letter to the police, the first of several that he had forced Elizabeth to write while she was in captivity. The letter, postmarked Braunau, stated that Elizabeth was tired of living with her family and was staying with a friend. She warned her parents not to look for her or she would leave the country. Fritzl told police that she had most likely joined a religious cult. Over the next 24 years, Fritzl visited Elizabeth in the hidden chamber almost every day, or a minimum of 3 times a week, bringing food and other supplies. After his arrest, he admitted that he repeatedly raped her. Elizabeth gave birth to 7 children. During her captivity, 1 child died shortly after birth, and 3, Lisa, Monica, and Alexander, were removed from the cellar as infants to live with Fritzl and his wife, who were approved by local social services authorities as their foster parents. The captives had a television, a radio, and a video cassette player. Food could be stored in a refrigerator and cooked or heated on hot plates. Elizabeth taught the children to read and write. At times, Fritzl would punish them by shutting off their lights or refusing to deliver food to them for days at a time. Fritzl told Elizabeth and the 3 children who remained that they would be gassed if they tried to escape. A tenant who rented a ground floor room in the house for 12 years claimed to hear noises from the basement, which Fritzl said were caused by the faulty pipes or the gas heating system. On the 19th of April 2008, Fritzl agreed to seek medical attention after Kirsten, the eldest daughter, fell unconscious. Elizabeth helped him carry Kirsten out of the chamber and saw the outside world for the first time in 24 years. Fritzl forced her to return to the chamber, where she remained for a final week. Kirsten was taken by ambulance to a local hospital, and was admitted in serious condition with life-threatening kidney failure. Fritzl later arrived at the hospital claiming to have found a note written by Kirsten's mother. Medical staff found aspects of Fritzl's story puzzling and alerted the police on the 21st of April, who then broadcast an appeal on public media for the missing mother to come forward and provide additional information about Kirsten's medical history. The police reopened the case file on Elizabeth's disappearance. Fritzl repeated his story about Elizabeth being in a cult, and presented what he claimed was the most recent letter from her, dated January 2008, posted from the town of Kempten. Elizabeth pleaded with Fritzl to be taken to the hospital. On the 26th of April, he released her from the cellar along with her sons Stefan and Felix, bringing them upstairs. He and Elizabeth went to the hospital where Kirsten was being treated on the 26th of April 2008. Following a tip-off from writer that Josef and Elizabeth were at the hospital, the police detained them on the hospital grounds and took them to a police station for questioning. Elizabeth did not provide police with more details until they promised her that she would never have to see her father again. Over the next 2 hours, she told the story of her 24 years in captivity. Elizabeth told the police that Fritzl raped her and forced her to watch pornographic videos, which he made her reenact with him in front of her children in order to humiliate her. Shortly after midnight, police officers completed the investigation. Fritzl, aged 73, was arrested on the 26th of April on suspicion of serious crimes against family members. During the night of the 27th of April, Elizabeth, her children and her mother Rosemary were taken into care. Police said Fritzl told investigators how to enter the basement chamber through a small hidden door, opened by a secret keyless entry code. Rosemary had been unaware of what had been happening to Elizabeth. After a 4-day trial in the town of St. Pölten and 3 weeks before his 74th birthday, Fritzl pleads guilty to the charges of the murder by negligence of his infant son and grandson, Michael, as well as the decades of enslavement, incest, rape, coercion and false imprisonment of his daughter Elizabeth, and is sentenced to life imprisonment.